Well, hello there. You are listening to Nellyville, the podcast. And I'm Black. Hello, shalom. Welcome back to another episode of Nellyville, the podcast, the place to be, with your host Chanel number 5. You know the gigs, follow me, check out all the things, I hope everything's going well. Hope you're enjoying your summer. It is July 1st. We are in July. I hope you got all your 4th of July plans squared away. I hope you get your little fireworks, plan where you're going to go, where you're going to be. Maybe you're just going to stay in and watch it on TV. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're going to go down and buy some water. Maybe you're going to... Just be careful. I ain't trying to hear no stories. You done blew something up, blew a finger off, all this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how to do. Get your little chicken wing, or if you vegan, throw you some little Brussels sprouts or something on the grill. You know what I'm saying? We out here. But anyway, so let's just get right into it. The first thing I would like to talk about is... I heard the cutest little story. But also, it's a testament to watch your kids. But anyways, the story was really cute. So... the story goes as such. So this little grandmother, she took her little 5-6-year-old grandson to the zoo, like grandparents do. So they go to the zoo, they come back home. She's drawing the little bath for the little boy, and the little boy's like, "Grandma, can I bring a friend in the bathtub?" Kids always want to bring a little toy, a little duck, a little action figure, a little something, nothing out of ordinary. So the grandmother was like, "Yeah, you can get your little friend." So, fast forward, little boy's in the tub. Grandmother go check on the little boy. The little boy done brought home a baby penguin. And he's in there taking a bath with the baby penguin. Now, it was probably... as adorable as it might sound, it also sounds frightening. Imagine walking in. Now, first, when I heard this story, I was like, oh, Lord, he done brought a reptile. Now, penguin... it's going to be startling, but if the boy would have brought a reptile up in there, I don't know. I would have had to call the police, and it just would have been okay. Because I don't think. I know the maternal instincts, parental instincts kick in when your children's in danger or there's a threat, and normally things that will scare you, that will bother you, those fears cease to exist. But I don't know. I don't know. In that moment, I think the fear would have got the best of me. You just would have had to been in there with the little baby alligator or the snake or the frog or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? But it was a little penguin. So, of course, grandmother kind of, panic or whatever. She called the zoo and was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We done brought one of your penguins home." And the zoo was like, "Well, you can't bring it back here." So she had to take it to another zoo. I think that was like over an hour away. I guess obviously there's a certain cleaning process and stuff that would have had to been done to the penguin. And I guess that zoo that it was taken from, they didn't do all that. So hopefully the little baby penguin ended back up with its actual family. But look, if the little penguin got in the boy's backpack and was playing in the tub, apparently he was perfectly okay going on the adventure. I doubt the little baby penguin was traumatized, but hopefully he got cleaned at the other zoo and was able to go back. But if not, I wish the little penguin well. But it begs the question, how was the little boy able to get the penguin into the backpack? The penguin had to be willing, but I'm trying to figure out, man, he must have did it quick. But it wasn't no zookeeper around, making sure children ain't doing stuff like that, and making sure wasn't nobody stepping on. Like, how? I mean, it had to have gone very fast. I mean, I guess I could see how, but man, pay attention. You take your kid to the zoo, especially petting zoos and stuff, which why would you expect for your grandchild to stuff an animal in their backpack? But the person who was telling the story, I heard it on the radio. I know, I still listen to the radio. I listen to KRBE, and most of the time I listen to it like on the podcast, on the Spotify, or on their website app or whatever. But every now and then I actually tune into the actual station. Anyway, that's not the point. The DJ who was telling the story, said that them little baby penguins stink. So he was trying to figure out, how did y'all not smell that damn penguin in the bag? Anyways, lots of questions, but anyway, so all that to say, check your children's bags before you leave. Maybe don't let them have a bag. Kids pick stuff up and store things away. The little baby penguin must have wanted to go, because don't they yell? They don't make noise. He must not have wanted to be out, because they got in the car. They walked through the zoo. They walked through the parking lot, got in the car, made it all the way home, and in the bathtub, and that little penguin didn't make a noise. Anyways, girl, I hope everybody's germ free and stuff. Anyways, I thought that it was a cute little story. Speaking of animals, I have a little PSA. And this might sound harsh, and I don't mean it in a harsh way. I'm for real. Just stick with me on this, okay? For people who have pets, particularly dogs. Now, this is what brought this up. So I'm driving down the road, and I drive past, might have been like Memorial Park or something. Anyways, I drove past some park, and I saw this dog, and it was one of those dogs that had the 2 back wheels. Like, how dogs don't have back legs or they don't work, so they have wheels in the back so they can walk. Y'all know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. And it was one of them dogs, and, was walking with the owner. No big, right? Then I was scrolling on the internet like I do, and I saw somebody say, "Oh, please watch this whole video so we can raise enough money for my cat to have a kidney transplant," or something, or a dog, or whatever. And then I saw some GoFundMes of, my dog needs this surgery and blah, blah, blah. And I feel for these people. Pets are family. I totally agree. I get it. Here's where I'm going to lose some people. But I need y'all to stick with me and hear me out before you get up in arms. Sometimes you got to put the dog down. I know, I'm sorry. I know that it might sound mean, but seriously, all jokes aside, at what point are you forcing your pets to subscribe to a lifestyle that is less than comfortable for them? I know it's hard to say goodbye, and especially if it's your emotional support animal. Maybe that's the only family you have. Maybe that's I'm not saying that is an easy decision, but if you really truly love your pet, at one point do you say they had a great run? Look, pet surgery and pet care and health insurance and heart surgeries and all this stuff, it's very, very expensive. And some people have the money to throw around to keep their pet alive and do 3-4 surgeries and get transplants and all this stuff. Look, do what you want with your money. If you want to start the GoFundMe, if you don't have the money, do what speaks to you. Who am I? I don't have a dog. Maybe I'd feel differently. But as someone who is on the outside looking in, if you truly love your little animal, at what point are you just being selfish because you don't want to say goodbye? I know people that have dogs walking around, they blind, they can't see, they running into stuff, they can't eat, they missing the bowl. At what point? You hear people all the time say, "Oh, well, that left eye is bad. They can't see or they can't hear." You yelling at the dog can't hear. You got to talk real loud and say, "Come on, it's time to walk." You don't get tired of yelling? You don't get tired of yelling at the dog. The dog can't hear you, can't see you, can't smell you. At what point are you just, at that point, just get a stuffed animal? At the Build-A-Bear, they have it where you can record voices. You can give the dog or the cat or whatever animal you want. You can give it a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? You maybe take the dog to Build-A-Bear, or maybe take a recording of them balking or them or whatever noise you want, or whatever, and record that and put it inside the Build-A-Bear. You know, then you ain't gotta walk it, you ain't gotta bathe it. I mean, and plus, I don't know. I just feel like you gotta know when to let go, because I don't like to see little animals suffer. You know what I mean? I just feel like you gotta know when. And it just really, when I saw that dog walking in the park, it's hot. It's hot. Who wants to be No, nobody want to be. I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of unnecessary. Now, walking through the house and stuff, or walk me through my neighborhood. Don't take me to the park and I gotta use all these extra muscles trying to drag myself down this damn park. I don't know. I felt for the dog. I felt like the dog was tired. I'm not saying that dogs that don't have legs shouldn't have a chance. They should, absolutely. But that dog looked tired. I don't know if the wheels were new, he was getting used to them, or if he was old and he was sick of it. But I'm just saying, really sit down and look in your pet's eyes and see. They will let you know it's time. I'm ready to go on to glory. Okay? So just be honest with yourself. Be honest with your pet. Talk to your vet. I'm sure these vets will let you know, hey, it's time. You know? So, you know, and they not have nice services and stuff for the dogs. These vets, they'll bring in special doggy treats for the pet. They'll put on shows for them. You could bring family members. You could send them off real nice. You know, so that's just something to think about. If you have a pet, if you know somebody got a pet, just, you know, if you notice the dog stinking, cause you know, when they get along, whatever, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to put something in y'all ear. Just think about it, okay? I would like to jump ship. If you are planning on vacation into Houston anytime soon, there's lots of things to do in Houston, right? My little alarm, y'all. Hold on. My fault. Hope that wasn't too loud. If you're planning a vacation to Houston anytime soon, I would just like to remind you, do not put the Galleria on your to-do list, okay? It is not the same. It's not what you think. If you've never been, you miss your opportunity. It's ghetto, okay? It's ghetto, and not only is it ghetto, it's not safe. You will get robbed. You will get shot. You will get ran over. Don't go. Stay away. Now, there's other things in that area that you might enjoy. If you want to go shopping, and you know, there's some other high-end stores that are not specifically in the Galleria. There's some other strips that's not too far away, but there's also some really great malls if you want to enjoy a mall. I just really, you know, people keep coming here and they're being bamboozled, and I'm telling you, as a current Houston resident, don't go. Okay, in the famous words of Kamala Harris. Don't come. Okay? Don't come. Now, look. I can tell the last time. Okay, look. I haven't been to the Galleria in years because it was bad. It was bad. About five. It started getting bad whenever Harvey hit. Y'all look up Harvey. Maybe a little bit before that. What was the one before that? But really, after Harvey, it really went down. Let me tell y'all something. It really went down. I have not been in years. Okay? A couple years ago, I had to go because I had to get my phone from there because that was the only Samsung store that I could go to. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about phones in a second. That's going to lead me to my next story. But I just want to put emphasis that how crazy it is. If you've never heard of the Galleria, okay, it once upon a time was this huge tourist attraction, and even just locals would go. It was this big, wonderful mall with it had a great mixture of high-end stores. Like, you could go to your Gucci's and your Chanel, your Balenciaga, it had that, your Neiman Marcus, your Saks. It had all of that, but then it also had like your H&M, your Forever 21, and great big old ice skating rink. All the things. Hold on, look, hold on. Too much going on. My computer done went to sleep. Lord have mercy. Help me, Jesus. Hold on, I'm gonna get back to it. There we go. We're still going. We're still good. Hello, won't he do it? It was a great place to go. It was very family oriented. It was really great. I don't know what happened, but now it's like every other day you hear something crazy. Just the other day, this man jumped from the second or third level down to the ice skating rink. Don't go. And you go in there, it's run down. Half the stuff be closed. Don't go. Just, I'm sorry. If you missed your window, you missed it. And it just don't. Let it go. Unless you just want to experience the ghetto-ness for yourself. If so, you know what I'm saying, go prepared. Maybe just be ready to fight. That's all I'm saying. I hate that. But I've seen that a lot in Houston. Things that once were just so spectacular and really worth seeing just run down. But in the same breath, there's new things that are great and wonderful to look at. All I'm saying is just do your research before you be going, because I can't stress this enough. Houston does not have zoning laws, okay? Meaning you will have the most random things next to each other. So just do your research on the areas that you're going. If you're getting an Airbnb or some kind of vacation home, don't just look at the pictures online, because they have some really nice homes in some really jacked up areas. Okay? So just, if you're coming, ask somebody that lives there or do your research, get online, because you will get jacked up. Okay? People are nutso out here, especially over the summer. It get hot, people get really crazy, and that's everywhere. So that's my PSA on that. Now, I mentioned phones. I got to talk about this because I don't know if you tried to get a phone recently, but why is it the most convoluted, stressful, nonsensical thing to get a new phone? We have been selling cell phones, mobile phones, car phones since the 80s? It shouldn't be this hard. Why are we acting like this is just something new that started 6 months ago? I don't understand. Like I said, it was a couple years ago when I was trying to I had to get a phone, or the one I had to get fixed. It could only go to the Samsung store. The closest one to me was in the Galleria, which was like 40 minutes away from me, an hour away from where I lived. Fine, whatever. You got to do what you got to do for the phone. So that was one convoluted thing. Fast forward just a few months ago, I had to get another phone because my screen started acting weird. The screen was doing a thing. So I get online to file the claim, because I remember the last time I had to get I wanted to get a new phone. I got a new phone. I went to the store and they were like, no, you got to do it online first. Okay, fine, whatever. I knew that information. So I get online. I'm like, hey, file the claim. Need to get a new phone. They said, oh, perfect. Great. You can go to your nearest location and pick up your new phone. Wonderful. T-Mobile right around the corner. Okay. Hey. I go up in there. I'll come in, yeah, man. They say, I pick up my new phone. They're like, oh, no, man, I'm sorry. You gotta order it. You gotta do that online. I was like, really? Because I got an email right here saying to come get it from here. They said, no, man, we don't do that. I said, is it just this location or is this wrong? They were like, no, you have to do it online. I was like, well, let me call the people and then see. So I call in the store, the insurance people. I said, hey, I'm here to pick up the phone. They won't give me the phone. They said I had to do it all online and y'all are going to mail it to me. I kid you not. These people say, no, you can pick it up there. We can't send it to you unless it's blah, 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 bibbidi bobbidi boo. I said, okay, well, look, y'all both saying very two contradicting things. Y'all get on the phone, y'all hash it out, you know, and let me know what y'all decide. I'm fine either way. Just let me know what I need to do. I got the money. Why are we playing games like I don't have the money? Who wants the money? Don't nobody want the money? Should I just take this phone right here off the display? What is the problem here? Don't nobody want the money today for the phone? Before I change my mind, before I go out here and get a little burner phone from the gas station? Because this is ridiculous at this point. So they get on the phone, blah, blah, blah. Ended up, they mailed me a phone like the next day or something, which is crazy because it's like, y'all are wasting postage, time, effort, and resources to mail me a phone when you could have just handed it to me right here. Whatever. Okay. So that's my situation with the phone. Fast forward the other day, me and little Joseph, the boyfriend and I, we go swimming. This child done left his phone in his pocket while he was swimming. We were in there for almost an hour, so I knew the phone was cooked. I knew it was cooked. He knew it was cooked, but what was understood didn't need to be explained. So I was like, oh, it's okay. Let's just put in some rice. I knew that damn rice wasn't going to work. But what good would it have done for me to be like, damn, man, you left your phone in your pocket, man? Damn, man, I guess you got to get another one. What would that have helped? You know what I'm saying? Let's just at least entertain the thought of, hey, maybe we can get it back. You know? Anyways, took the phone all apart, took the little SIM card and the chip and all the stuff out, put it in the rice, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it's done. It's dead. So the next day we go and get, so he can get another phone. When we took the phone up there, the phone's still dripping water out. Even after all night of being in the rice and everything. The phone, so cooked, right? Even though he has the one of the Galaxy phones, which is water resistant, but that's water resistant in like fresh water for like 30 minutes, not submerged in chlorine for an hour. You know what I'm saying? There's levels of this, you know what I'm saying? So we go to the T-Mobile. Very hard to find a T-Mobile by where we live, but anyways, we found one. And, one that opened early enough on a Sunday. Anyways, we found the T-Mobile. We went to go to the T-Mobile, tell the man, hey, you know, phone was in the pool. It's not going to turn back on. We got to get a new phone. The guy was like, oh, okay. So we gave him some options of, you know, Joey told him what kind of phone he was looking for. And the guy was like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. We have this phone. You have to pay this much today. And, yeah, you'll be good. So then the guy says, well, you got to pay cash. Don't nobody got no damn cash in 2025. Who carry cash? Don't nobody carry no cash. Let you know you're going to need it. So the man, but when the man said you need cash, why the man acting all scared like somebody was going to start swinging? I guess that probably does make, he was like, yeah, I hate having to tell people that. But we was like, hey, okay, ain't no problem. We got to get the phone. That's okay. We go find the ATM. Go over to a little Kroger or something. No big deal, right? So we go over, we go get the cash at the ATM. We go back to the T-Mobile. And then we walk in. He was like, hey, how can I help you today? I'm thinking, man, we was just here. Oh, it only took us about 10 minutes to go to the... Anyways. And he was like, oh, yeah, y'all want to get the phone. So he goes to the back to go get the phone. He was like, oh, actually, we don't have that phone. I guess I should have checked that before y'all did all that. Crickets. I'm like, okay. So what do you have? So he was like, well, I got this and this. And I told Joey, I was like, well, I've had both of those phones. Those also both good phones. Both Samsungs. All Galaxy options, right? So Joe was like, okay, well, that's fine. No big. I need a phone today. So I'll take that one. I mean, it was just so. First of all, if you offer somebody a phone, the first thing you want to do is see if it's in stock, especially if you're sending somebody to go get cash. And then, I mean, look, all in all, he ended up getting a phone, but I just, like, what is the thing? And Joey was like, I wonder why I had to pay cash. I was like, I don't know, it's beyond me. But when I thought about it, I think why maybe they do that is because people are so tacky and so conniving that I don't know if it's just that location or if it's in general, because it seemed like they would only take card, right? Um, I think that it's probably because people were probably going in there and saying, "Hey, my phone is broken. I need another phone." Getting the phone, paying the $100, paying the $150 or whatever to get the new phone, and then disputing the charge with their bank or credit card company. And by that time, you're long gone with the new phone, and you probably still have the old one if you're saying that it's not turning on. And so now you just got two phones for free. So or at least one phone for free, and plus your old one or whatever. So that's the only thing that I could think of that makes sense, which is awful that you gotta do that because whatever. It's always somebody they gotta ruin it. And then, you go on these phone stores and, I hear people say all the time, they go in the store to try to, my service isn't working or my texts are acting weird. They act like they want to help you. Don't nobody have answers. They always got to call somebody. I'm like, is it a training issue? Are they just hiring anyone? I mean, it's insanity. I mean, the buying phones is the new going to get your license. I mean, it's just convoluted. It's unnecessary. Don't nobody know what they're doing. And I am over it. I implore you, if you're thinking about getting a phone, figure out how you can do it online. Okay? If you can't do it online, then really think long and hard about if you really actually need the phone. Just all I can say is be prepared. And I don't care if it's iPhone, Android, Samsung, Google Pixel. I don't care. Just be prepared. Okay? Because it's hard out here for a pimp. Okay? But anyways, those are my rants for today. We're going to keep it short and cute today. We last week was a little long-winded. I think the week before that, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep it light. But anyway, so while that being said, let's cover the bases. If you go to the zoo or somewhere with pets, check your children's bags, okay? Let them know. Don't bring no animals in my house, okay? If you have pets, be honest with yourself about when it's time to let go and let God, okay? Next thing, if you're coming in Houston, check where you're going. You will mess around and get jacked up, okay? Specifically at the Galleria. Don't do it, Mary, okay? And last but not least, good luck with your cell phones. Go in there, you maybe pop you an edible or have a couple shots or a glass of wine in before you go in there because they're going to do some weird stuff that don't make no sense and they don't ever have answers. So take care of your phones, get your cases, get your screen protectors. Hello? Amen? All right. When you get in the pool, check your pockets. Last time we went to the pool, the man done left his car keys in his pocket. You know how much it costs to replace a Mercedes key? We ain't gonna talk about it. But anyways, that ended up dry now. He ain't have to replace the key. But goddamn, can you imagine if he had to go replace that goddamn Mercedes key? Goddamn, man. Look, stop wearing swim trunks that got pockets in it. Let's just start there. But I guess for now, when we go swimming, I guess I gotta do them like a little 5-year-old and say, your pockets, okay? Anyways, y'all take care. Y'all keep it real. If you're listening to this on the 1st, it's the 1st of the month. Wake up. It's the 1st. Make sure you pay your rent, okay? Some of y'all got grace periods. You got 3 days, okay? So do what you got to do to get your coins in order, okay? All right. Have a happy 4th. Be safe. Y'all take it easy, okay? Bye.